So some of the big FPL hitters are back. In this episode of FPL Today, we'll look at the big hitters returning, how I've done this game week, and a quick look at the J&O Classic as we have the international break coming up, all on J&O United. What's up guys, and welcome to J&O United, bringing the best in football news, entertainment and games. And game week 3 is gone, so we've got another episode of FPL Today. Today will be more like a review than the general weekly episode I've been doing because of the international break. But if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe if you're looking for regular football content. And before I get into the video, I just want to say two things. I apologise if my face is a bit bright and blurry. For some reason, despite the fact I've not moved anything in my setup, I'd feel like the camera, the quality of the video isn't as clear. And two, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. This is the second time I'm recording this episode because I did it last night and just the footage wasn't usable. But this is probably going to be the footage I put up. It looks okay-ish, but I'm not happy with it. But let's just get on to the stuff you've been waiting for. Let's look over game week 3. Okay, so guess what, boys? I'm average again. Great. Absolutely fantastic. I got 42 points and the game week average was 42 points. That gave me a game week rank of over 1.7 million. So pretty much halfway. And it means my overall rank has dropped considerably as well. Having started under 100k, I'm now sitting at 461,688. So not the best ranking ever, but to be fair, this is a lot better than I was doing last year, and last year I managed to finish in the top 1% of players. Apart from Hazard and Lamella in my midfield, the only people to get me points was Luke Shaw and Ben Foster from West Brom getting the clean sheet points. So not the best weekend for me. I brought in Ibra for Vardy. Of course, Aguero and Ibra decide this week that they're going to blank, and of course Vardy decides this week that he's going to score. If we take a look at all the leagues, I'm now 375th in the J&O Classic. Ouch. And to be fair, apart from a league that I'm not even sure what that league is, I got red arrows in every single league. So, not the best start, and it certainly wasn't helped by the fact that Riyad Mahrez got 0 points, which really didn't help me out at all. Shane Long didn't start, so he only got 1 point as well. So, not the best game week for me at all. But on the plus side, if you go to the status page, the main first page for Fantasy Premier League, if you go down, just scroll down a little bit and have a look at the best leagues in the game, you will see that the best classic league in the game is the J&O Classic. That's right, boys, the top 5 of you have managed to get yourselves and the rest of us into the top #1 spot for the best leagues in Fantasy Premier League. My name, J&O, is on the main Fantasy Premier League page. So well done to the top 5 of you. So of course we will have a look at the table. #1 in the J&O Classic is Are You Ready? And I think that says Paulius. I apologise if I got it wrong, and I'm not going to attempt to say your surname, but you're sitting on 232 points already this Fantasy Premier League season. And if we have a look at your team, you're ranked 13th out of everyone in the game. Everyone. That is incredible. One day I hope to have a rank that high, even if it's only for one game week. So well done, Paulius. If we have a look at the dream team, we can see that the midfielders are the ones that got the points this week. Sanchez topping the billing with 16 points, but people like Sterling got 13. Hazard and Willian, they managed to get 11 each, and then Milner popped up with a penalty, getting 10 points overall. The best striker was Jermaine Defoe. He only got 9 points, so the points were definitely in midfield this game week. And Shay Given pops up as the best goalkeeper of the week, even though he let in a penalty and scored an own goal. But I'm going to change star of the week a little bit this week because I don't want to just go and pick Sanchez because he got the most points. I'm going to try and pick players that I think maybe had a really good performance but maybe didn't get the points but could in the future. And the first man I'm looking at is Antonio Valencia. Now there's a big debate between FPL managers. Do you want Luke Shaw or do you want Antonio Valencia? And that may be answered in the near future if Manchester United do bring in a right back. But currently Antonio Valencia is sitting as first in this game week for a number of stats that could turn into points in the near future. In game week 3 he had 14 crosses, which is the highest out of any defender in game week 3, and he had 3 successful crosses, which is also the highest in the game week. He created 3 chances in the game week, which is joint first, and for touches and passes received in the final third or the opposition's half, he was the highest for any defender in the league in all of those stats. So he was getting forward and his teammates were finding him in space on the right. So definitely, if this continues, he could be a very viable defender option from the Manchester United team. The other star of the week would be Eden Hazard, who has returned to form, much like the player we remember from 2 years ago in the Premier League. He has looked good, he seems to be thriving in this new system, and he looks like the man that is going to make stuff happen. Although, to be honest, Chelsea made a lot happen in that game and it wasn't all from Hazard. But Hazard could have quite easily had more than 1 goal in Game Week 3. Unfortunately, he only managed to put 1 away, but what an attempt on goal it was. A great run from deep and then a great slotted finish with his right foot, cultured, and it's signs that he could be the Eden Hazard that we all had in our teams from 2 years ago. For touches in the box, he was joint first amongst midfielders, and he was also first for attempts on goal and for shots on target. And more importantly, he was first in the game week for minutes per chance. So he had the most amount of chances, and who knows, he could have got a hat-trick that game. That's how well he was playing. Unfortunately, he didn't. That might have saved my game week a bit, but I definitely think the signs are there that if Eden Hazard can continue, then we're looking at a must-have player in Eden Hazard. And then the fall of the week, and that goes to Yohan Cabaye, managing to pick up a yellow card and missing a penalty. Not that other players didn't miss penalties. I'm looking at you, Riyad Mahrez, and I'm looking at you, Leighton Baines, who somehow managed to get an assist for his missed penalty. But a lot of penalties were missed, but I'm especially bitter about the Riyad Mahrez one. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in. The usual stuff that you see in this half of the episode with my review of Game Week 4 and my predictions as to differentials and captain choices, that will all come next week when I do another FPL Today. But for now, thank you so much for tuning in. I've been JNO, you've been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game.